Have you ever wondered how companies like Ola, Uber, and Urban Clap start with a mobile application and then scale it to a level of a startup? In this video, we are going to discuss exactly that. So without further delay, let's drop the intro. Before starting this video, if you guys are new here, my name is Shamdeo Das and I am a professional graphic designer, video editor and UI UX designer. In this channel, we talk about designing tips, tricks and tutorials. So if you are into it, then consider subscribing to my channel. Also, I have given timestamps in the description, so feel free to hop around the entire timeline. Step 1. Define the problem statement that you want to solve for. First of all, you have to define a problem statement that your app is going to help other people's. How the app is going to bring value to other people's life. Just try to figure out a problem that many people around you actually face in their real life and try to find out a solution to it. Most probably with a mobile application and making the market even more organized. In fact, many startup founders actually go in the same route. In fact, founders of Urban Clap like Raghav, Varun and Abhiraj actually started in the same way. They found out that many non-native people around the world, around the entire nation actually face to build or find out a connection of a reliable mechanic in order to solve their household chores. Suppose you are a North Indian person recently moved to Kerala and your AC suddenly stopped working. Now in this case, there is a language problem. Of course, in Kerala they speak Malayalam and you being a North Indian person most probably don't know the language over there. And also there is a problem of calling someone unreliable in your home in order to solve your electronic goods. That's a big risk. The founders of Urban Clap noticed this problem and figured out a solution with their mobile application, and they took the advantage of this growing opportunity in this market and the application suddenly went viral. They raised a lot of money from their investors and nowadays most of the people around these cities actually use Urban Clap for their daily household activities. Step number 2. Research and plan the functionalities and features of your application. This step is heavily focused towards product development. You have to actually understand how to incorporate all the features that you are talking about your application and how those features can help in solving the user's problem. And most importantly, how the database about your application is going to run, where the application is connected to your database and how to store that information so that all the informations that are in your database are actually reflected in your real world application. Remember, a bunch of developers and designers won't be able to help you if there is not enough data or information supporting your application is there connected to the database that is connected to the app. This sounds super nerdy, but I know you guys can understand it. Making a vast database to support your application where you have all the information about the services which are being provided by the app is the key to making a real-world mobile application. For example, when you book a ride in Uber app, it is actually finding all the nearby taxis which are around your location and using the unique identification number of the taxi which is most nearby to you, it finds out all the information about that particular taxi. In Uber's database, all the key informations like license number of that particular car, the driver details as well as the car model number is actually connected to the database with reference to that particular unique identification number from a taxi that Uber scanned when you actually booked your Uber ride. Later, the taxi speed, location and route are actually derived from the driver's GPS mobile phone, and the ETA along with the fares are calculated and given to you on the customer side application. So as you can imagine, Uber doesn't have only one application to maintain to run their business successfully. They have multiple applications like driver's application, customer side application, customer care dashboard, HR dashboard and whatnot in order to build the ecosystem of the apps that the business is catering to. Step number 3. Design the user experience and user interface of the application. This is probably the most interesting step and most of you guys are most probably waiting for this step to arrive. You have to design the user experience and UI of the application. In order to do that, you have to collaborate with lots of product managers and senior UX designers, and you have to build a prototype for it in order to share it with the developer. You can actually work on any software like Figma or XD in order to do so. Just remember that you need a fully working prototype in order to share it with the developers or the tech team. Remember a few key points about making a real-world application. You have to incorporate features which are related to loyalty like cashbacks, rewards, offers, and it should be a customized experience for people who are repeating customers, and a personalized dashboard should actually help to improve their experience when they log on to the application for the next time. Last but not the least, incorporating sharing and referral rewards is a very important feature for a new application to arrive. These steps immensely increase the user experience of the app, and probably incorporating these steps will actually help you to gain even more rating in App Store and Play Store for your application. Step number 4. You need to select a programming language in order to support your application. First of all, you need to understand that you need the help of a programming language in order to build and run your app. For starters, here's a few quick tips. If your app is going to be Android only, then prefer to actually use Kotlin or Java. If it's supposed to be iOS only, then you can use Swift, which is actually developed by Apple. If it's cross-platform, then you can actually stick to Flutter and Dart to build your application. Although most of the designers don't love to code, but this is a step which the tech team will actually be very much able to handle flawlessly. Remember to provide your tech team with a proper working prototype in order to help the tech team understand how your app is supposed to work. Step number 5. Develop and test your app on real-world devices and software emulators. This step is mainly focused towards quality testing and project management. Whenever you get the APK or the iOS file made by your developers of the actual application, you can test it on real-world devices or software emulators. Most probably you will be able to do this yourself, but you can also ask for quality testing to your other team members. Generally, in small startups, most of the UX designers actually do the job of a quality tester, but in big MNCs, there are dedicated quality testers who actually get paid for doing this kind of stuff. Step number 6. Submit the application's APK developed by your tech team to respective stores. This step is not at all free, and you need to pay a little bit of charge to both Apple and Google. After you get a registered developer account, you can submit your APK and other application packages to these companies, and the development team from Apple and Google will specifically test your mobile application if they have any bugs or some kind of thing on their behalf. It is not necessary that every time you will get approved in this step. In those unfortunate cases, you have to actually sit with your UX designers and developers in order to see what's going wrong with the application and why it got rejected. And then they will be able to tell you some of the problems that are running in your application, and you can actually give them time to rectify it. And you can again resubmit it, again the same process goes on. Step number 7. Continuously push updates and maintain your application so that they are always up to date. Remember, an app is never completely built, so it's always necessary that you should continue to pay on your designers and developers in order to add new features to the application. Push these versions to the App Store with respective point updates. Suppose you added a nifty little feature, then you can version them as 1.1. If you added a major feature to the application, you can make version 2 or version 3 of the application. Step number 8. Promote the application to gain more users. This step is fully based on offline and digital marketing. You can basically run small ads, create graphic designs for your application, and run them on YouTube and Instagram to get more organic followers and users. You can also make banners and stick it across to the streets in order for a wide audience to look at those banners and download your application if they find it useful. Remember to incorporate referral updates and cashbacks, because people generally tend to spread your app more via the word of mouth. So it's a very important tactic, and that's basically it. You have actually made your complete application and you are now ready to publish it to the App Store and Play Store. If you can leverage this application properly, then you can also scale this application to a startup level like Urban Clap, Uber or Ola. You need a little bit money for that, but you can actually raise money from investors around the globe. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and also if you have any other conditions or if you have anything to say to me, you can post it down in the comment section below. Till then, stay creative, and I hope to see you in my next video.